So guys, in 5 minutes or less, I'm going to show you how you can create a nested ESXi template in your vSphere infrastructure. Now I've kicked this process off. It's an automated process that I found on the web. It's leveraging a tool called Packer by HashiCorp. I've taken the opportunity to figure out how to make it work. I really wanted to share this with you guys. So I've got this widescreen display just to try to show you exactly what's happening here. As you can see, this VM has already been created. I'm going to go ahead and open a remote console to it here so you can kind of watch that as well. And then I want to explain to you just a little bit about what's happening here and how this whole process takes place. So a couple things to note. You can see here that this is a VM, it's powered on. This is the console. It's installing 6.7 update 3. And now while this is happening, I've got a couple of files here in this directory that I just kind of want to show you. So I'm going to minimize this for a moment while that continues on. And I want to come down here and I want to open up my text editor because the handful of files in this directory, there's 3 of them that you care about. There's a kickstart file, there's the actual JSON file, and then there's the variables file. The kickstart file needs no modification whatsoever. You simply need to put that on an NFS share. For my example, I have that running on my Synology NAS with just a simple NFS export. There's been no changes made to this file whatsoever. If I come over here and I look at the second file, the variables file, what you'll see here is that I've put in my existing vCenter server along with my credentials, single sign-on credentials to be able to log in. I've pre-filled in the data center name, the cluster name, the data store name, a template folder name, the virtual machine network, as well as the virtual machine name and the host name, the guest OS type, CPU and RAM size, disk controller, etc., etc. Down here is the path to the Kickstart file that's running on my NFS server. And then this ISO file path is actually a destination on the ESX data store itself where the ESXi installation ISO is located. The third and final file over here is the JSON file. This is the file that is used as part of the module to do the unattended install. There are no changes needed to this file whatsoever. So if you download these files, and once you've installed Packer on your system, I'm using the latest version, I believe it's 1.6.3. Essentially, you want to put the Kickstart file on an NFS server somewhere. You want to modify this file with all of your pertinent localized information. Again, make sure that you point to the NFS server location where the Kickstart file is located and provide the path to the media that is an existing data store on your ESX server. And that's all there is to it. We ran that single file Packers used to build. And we told it we're going to build, we're going to use the variable file, which was the ESXi-vars.json, and then we're going to point it to the ESXi v2.json. The first time I downloaded this and ran it, I did get a message saying that because I was using a new version of Packer that I needed to run a command called packer fix on the JSON file, basically to bring it up to date and be compatible with the latest version of Packer. Pretty simple. The command was packer space fix, the name of the old JSON file, the greater than sign, and then the name of the new JSON file. And that's basically how I came up with the version 2. So now, guys, as we're back to what our process is looking like here, it's completed the install, it's shutting down the virtual machine, it's going to convert it to a template, and it's basically going to declare that this process has been completed. So we'll watch it for a moment here as it shuts down. 4 minutes, 42 seconds. We look over here, we can see that it is now a virtual machine template, and you now have the opportunity to move on to the next module, which will be How do I now take this new Nested ESXi template and create multiple virtual machines from this template? Stay tuned. Thanks.